See, yes, ma'am.
You should have listened to her in the first place. Even thought about maybe she is telling the truth.
Well, it was the whole circumstance, the way she put it. You could see the chick has an attitude. No. And she came to with that attitude. I was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And I can kind of understand how she did it, but
But you have forgiven her.
Yeah.
And I kind of understand, you've been a little upset because you could. But then again, you might not have wanted to wear that dress that you got for somebody with somebody.
See the dress.
But she said you can sew so you can make a better dress.
Not that dress. Oh, please. Trying to make herself look better.
Yeah, don't underestimate your talent, though, Shireen. I am glad that you said you were sorry.
Yeah.
That was a pretty vicious thing to do. But sometimes we got to do what we got to do when there are people that we love that are involved. And she loved you enough to go that far.
Yeah.
Well,
to make sure you were okay.
If she decides to get married, I'll buy another
Don't
dress.
cut up anymore. Oh, right, that's what you do.
I'll buy you another dress.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. My work is done here. Thank you very much. We'll be right back. Bless her heart that Shireen wanted to forgive her sister.
It's like you said, never underestimate the power of forgiveness, because even if I was her sister, I would have been like, no, you're paying me now.
See, that would have been me.
On the stage.
But people used to tell me all the time before me and my husband got married. They used to tell me that all the time. You marry him, he just gonna get up and leave you. You honestly think he gonna stay with your big butt? And the way you talking, as loud and undisciplined as you are. He thought it was, I stood up for myself, and he thought it was a strong woman, and that's what he liked. He was like, okay, cool. And he had he got 4 sisters. And his mother. So he was around a lot of estrogen. So he knew. And then I wanted to see if he could handle my family. And I took him over there. And he said, I'm going to tell you this right now. We out there in deep third. I'm telling you. I just want to. So first time he met my family, they just cussed him out. They was like, why you got 2 last names? Why you ain't got a first name and normal first name? I said, and then you was too old to be named after the president. I was like, Lord Jesus, please take the because family will embarrass you and have no qualms. So, I had to tell him. I used to tell my girlfriends, you don't mess with me and my man, whomever that was at the time, but it was mostly for my husband. And I was like, I don't care if he was walking buck naked down the street on a horse like Lady Godiva. Don't you come and tell me nothing he did in the street. He will tell me. I don't need you and it was always one nitpick. How she get that husband? She too fat. She too black. She too big. She talk too much. I'm like, obviously he like all of that. So 52 years and they still ain't never had a husband, ain't never had a decent boyfriend, a decent man friend, always running after somebody else's husband. I'm like, I don't want no sloppy seconds. I want that's gonna be me and him. Mm-hmm. And then even my family was saying, it's just a matter of time. You're going to ride it out, and then you're going to get bored. And I was like, it's not that kind of relationship because we got to know each other. We were friends first, and we became dear friends, And that, like I would tell him all the time, if you ever feel like you need to get up and leave, don't do nothing crazy, baby. You could go. If this ain't nothing but stuff, and if you're not happy, I want you happy. Now, I don't want you to be, thinking that you got to do everything because you don't. And people do not sit down and talk about what their life is. And that actually looked like what Shireen and whoever dude was, that they never sat down and talked about anything. And the fact that she forgave her girlfriend for cutting up her wedding dress, that's big ups. Because I'd have still been out of it. But some stuff you got to let go too. Because you don't want that crap to fester. Because that we want. You just cut up my wedding dress. I'm never saying nothing to her again. This is a dress. And then what? And she already said dude was out of her life. So that was a good thing, but you don't know it's a good thing. I'm just saying. Okay, what's going on to the next one?
Okay, yeah. This next one is called Our Teen Hid Our Entire Pregnancy.
Yeah. Okay, wait. I think I remember this one. I think I remember. Oh, yeah. Okay, I might not, because we had a few of those.
Oh, yeah.
Because how do you hide a pregnancy?
Well, yeah.
Okay, go ahead on. Yeah.
All right. So do you remember these 2 parents? Do you remember them?
If I see them. Okay, vaguely. That's a fuzzy picture. Okay, go ahead with the story.
All right.
track.
Well, let's bring out Darlene May and Lenny Leonard. Hi, Darlene.
Hi there.
Hi, Lenny.
Hello.
Now, your daughter Jessica's backstage to listen to what you have to say. Later, we'll find out if she will apologize to you or not. So, Darlene, have you and Lenny always had problems with Jessica?
No, she's very good. Was a very good child. Very active in school. Very respectful to adults. Just a real joy to be around. A very good kid. And she's gifted. She was promoted 2 grades. She's her senior year, 16, graduating at 16 years old.
She's not a dummy.
No.
Okay, but something had to happen. If this is a bright, intelligent child, you seem like bright, intelligent, loving parents. You had to notice something going wrong with her.
We noticed.
You said little
change.
things. What little thing did you first start to
The
notice?
thing, she was an excellent student all the way up through junior high. That's when that kind of stuff started. But then through high school, it would get to her not going to school days at a time. Then when we go check on her or get the paperwork from school, we'd have to put her on a thing where she would take a sheet to school and have each teacher sign it.
That she had to leave the class and make sure, and then that started to fall apart too. And when that fell apart, then her dad had to leave, and he got transferred to a job out of state. And she was staying with me, and she's been back and forth between both of us. We are not together, but in parenting, we have always been together in parenting.
Okay.
And that's but she was staying with me, and her dad would come back on the
like
weekend.
every other weekend,
and
I would come back
and he would come and stay with me and visit his daughter, and they would do things, go places. And one Friday he came in, and I looked at him and I said, she just don't look right to me. And he says, well, I don't understand. I said, she doesn't look right to me. And I said, Jessica, get up and pull your shirt back. She pulled her shirt back. Her dad had said, Darlene, this is how she's not small frame, so stop.
Well, no, she was getting older, and maybe she's taking after more my side of the family, which we're more big bone. Her side of the family, they're thin, and as a child she was thin. But then I'm thinking, that's a father's mind. Oh
Okay,
well,
but
she's just.
when did you
filling out.
find out that she's pregnant?
Well, that was Friday. Saturday, we had a function to go to in Los Angeles. We went to the function, and when I got back home, she says, Mom, I need to go to my aunt's house because I have a church event on Sunday, and it's 11 o'clock at night. And I said, no, Jessica, I'm not going to take you. But something tugged on me to take her, and I said, okay, I'll drop you off at your aunt's house. So at 6 o'clock in the morning, I get a telephone call. Her dad had made it back in, and he was on the couch. I gave him the phone, and probably a couple hours later, somebody started banging on the door, and it was him. I thought he was still on the couch asleep.
Well, what happened between there, when I came back knocking on her door, was my sister told me, come down to the hospital, come down right away. And I'm like, well, what happened?
This is the aunt that you took her to? Okay.
Yeah, that's my sister, the aunt, where my daughter was singing in the choir for the church and all that. And so she's like, come down right away. So I just get up and I rush to the hospital. I get down there, my sister's all emotional, broke up, and I'm like, what happened? Is my daughter all right? Was it an accident? What? She's like, just come on. So and we're walking through the hallways, and then I'm like, tell me what's wrong. She's like, your daughter's in there. Jessica's in there. And I look up, and it's a maternity sign, the sign for the maternity ward. And I go in there, and my daughter's in there on the table, and the doctors are talking to her. And just right there, it all just, I'm like, what's going on? And they said, your daughter's like 7-8 months pregnant, and was giving.
I'm still at home. He comes back to pick me up.
Yeah, that's when I go back to get her.
He picks me up, and as we're driving, he's like, get dressed. You got to get dressed right now. And so we're going to. I got dressed, and I'm listening. And I thought it was something wrong with one of his family members. So all the way that we're driving to the hospital, I says, don't worry, your mom's going to be fine. Don't worry. And I'm praying, in the name of Jesus, she's going to be fine. Don't worry about it, We get to the hospital, and he says, Darlene, I'm sorry, my mother's not in the hospital. Jessica's is. And I said, oh, my God, she was in a car accident. Tell me on the way to the church event, she got in a car accident. Tell me it was a car accident. It's nothing's broken. She says, no, Darlene, she's getting ready to have a baby. And I said, she wasn't pregnant last night.
Wait a minute, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Because that's when you said Friday, you had to pull her shirt up. And then this is Sunday.
This is Sunday.
Like the same weekend.
It was the same weekend.
Same weekend.
She didn't look pregnant to
Actually,
you?
as a matter of fact, I'm saying, Jessica, what's wrong with you? And we had went through a thing of, because her mother was kind of saying, have you been having sex, kind of leading towards there. And I said, Jessica, you could talk to me anytime. If you have, just let us know. We can go, you know, get some help, check it out, let you talk to somebody, whatever. It's like, no, Dad, no, I have never had sex. And that's in my mind. And then within a 48-hour period here, we're like, oh my
We're
God.
grandparents, and we just couldn't. I mean, couldn't believe it. I looked at her inside. When I got to the hospital, and I made it to the inside of the room where she was at. I stared, and I mean, it knocked me off my knees. I went straight to the floor and just started to scream. I mean, it hurted. I mean, that was painful. That was really painful to see.
So what do you want to say to her today?
Well, there's so much that she's doing with the baby. I want her to parent responsible, be a responsible parent, to come to us, be honest with us. We can get over this. But the running away and leaving the baby, she left the baby with her dad for a month, and we didn't know where she was at for a month. He had to go to work and drop the baby off at school, and Darlene, I have to go to work, and I need you to watch the baby. I mean, I saw this man just bend over backwards, you know, to do anything.
Well, speaking of that, Lenny, what do you want from her? What would you like to say?
Basically, you know, I would like an apology from her from what she's done in the past and the things she's done just lately. But go on forward and be the responsible young lady I know you were raised to be, and be the responsible mother I know you have in you to do that. You know, she loves her baby. When you see them interact, they have a deep love for one another. That's for sure. But then just her probably youngness of, you know, being so young and having that responsibility.
Her be responsible like you taught her how to be.
Yeah, and it hurts me because I was responsible with her. You know, I was a man raising a daughter, making, you know.
Sure, she was okay.
So I would expect her to, you know,
at least
stand
do
up.
as well or better than you.
Yeah, that's a parent's only dream, is your child does better than what you did. And that's all I ask.
Well, Darlene and Lenny, Jessica's heard all you've had to say. We're taking a break, and when we come back, we'll find out if she'll apologize or not. We'll be right back.
All right, we'll leave that as a cliffhanger, right?
I have seen this over and over in my neighborhood, in my families, and people think that you can't hide a pregnancy. Oh, yes, you can. If you know what you're doing or you don't want anybody to know. I told you the story about one of my girlfriends we grew up with. We sitting on the porch playing jacks. That's how young we are. We playing jacks. And she was sitting on the step with us, and we playing jacks on the sidewalk.
90 seconds.
And we're doing our thing, right? Okay. Yeah. Stop that. Let's start over, because I can stop. I think I can stop this, and we keep going.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead on. Okay, you can go forward with it.
Oh, you want to play?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I won't. I'm gonna turn this off when it go off, but let's wrap this up.
Oh, all right.
Okay. I'm trying to be on sync with it. Okay, I'm ready.
60 seconds.
Go ahead, play it. Uh-oh.
Welcome back. We're here with Darlene May and Lenny Leonard. They say their teenage daughter, Jessica, hid a pregnancy, ran away, and the list goes on. They have had it, and they want her to apologize. Darlene and Lenny, go check your places in front of the door.
Okay.
All right, Darlene and Lenny, let's open that door.
You better have been here and walk off like that.
10 seconds.
Okay. I want to apologize to my dad. Sorry, Dad. And I want to demand an apology from
Wait,
you.
wait, wait, no, it's not gonna even be that easy. Sorry, Dad. I think you owe him a little more than just sorry, Dad.
I'm apologizing to my dad. I said I was wrong. I'm sorry, Dad.
Okay, so one thing I gotta say about it though, you apologize, but like I said just a few minutes ago, what I want you to do is go forward and be the person I know you can be. Not just I'm sorry, but go on and be better than even I expect. That's what I want of you, okay?
Okay.
I love you. I love you very much.
And you owe me an apology first.
What I owe you
Because you done stuff to me wrong too.
Of course. I mean, I apologize to you too, honey. I mean, I know how you feel, and just like I've been totally honest, and I owe you an apology. But like I said, your actions, I have always been there for you, always. I have never turned my back on you, and I've always been there. And there's sometimes that you make me just want to run away. You have been so hurt. And when I sit there, I'm so hurt sometimes, Jessica, I don't even know the words to even tell you, baby. I don't even know what to say to you. I'm so hurt, and I know it's going to blow up into an argument. So I just don't say nothing.
Wait a minute, I just gotta ask, you hid a pregnancy from your parents who were willing to do anything and everything for you, and you feel like she owes you an apology?
Right.
Why?
Right.
Because she wasn't there for me at the beginning.
In the beginning of what?
When I was young.
I wasn't, I was going to school. I had to let the better parent be the better parent. Okay? I had to let the better parent be the better parent.
Did you, wait a minute, darling. So Jessica, you felt like, do you feel your mother abandoned you?
I don't know what she did.
When me and her mother split up, it was probably my situation was a better more stable situation for her to live in, because I had a good job and I had a nice place to stay, and her mother was going through school and doing this and that and trying to get her stuff together.
And you were willing to sacrifice you being with your, I don't think you really understand your mother's love for you. She said something that really caught me. I had to let the better parent be the better parent. You know what it takes for a mother to cut her child? Not even cut you loose, but to say, look, your daddy can do a better job with you than I can. This is the best situation for you to be in. She didn't put you in a foster home. She didn't palm you off on strangers. You were with your daddy. Jessica, you are somebody's mother.
Listen. My dad was there though.
No. Wait a minute. Oh, but see, you can't even go there, sweetie. You can't even go there because she was there. He was there. And you got to give your mother gumption because she picked a man tough enough that she knew would be there for her and her child no matter what. No matter what. You're somebody, wait a minute, you're somebody's mother now. You hid a pregnancy from your parents. You shut them out of your life. Yes. You didn't trust them enough with the truth. You say you loved your father, but you stood in his face and you lied when he asked you something point blank. Now you are somebody's mother. How will you feel? How do you even think you would feel if your child came to you, you busting your hump, you doing everything you can, and they stand in your face and tell you a lie?
Dad, I don't think he shouldn't feel bad. He shouldn't feel bad. I know I done wrong, but
let now be a start to start healing, to start being honest.
I love you.
To start understanding what it is to have mother love and father love and to give it back. They love you. They deserve the truth. Your child deserves an honest parent. They ain't raised no junk. There ain't no junk sitting up there.
Sure isn't.
You got a lot going on for you, sweetie, a whole lot more than a lot of other children. And make no mistake, you're still a child. And you have two parents who love you. Learn to accept that love and not to reject it. You got a lot of growing up to do, and you're going to have to do it real fast. I thank you for sharing your story with us. We'll be right back.
Sometimes kids can be so ungrateful.
Yes. Oh, God.
Oh, and they walk around like you owe them something. And just think,
I did not like the way she came out. She's like, "Oh, you owe me an apology." She said, "I demand an apology." That's what she said to. I'm like, okay.
and I'm demanding you take this whooping. Now
Yeah,
they could have
right.
been, really rank parents and say you're a minor, you are in no position to take care of a child. You still got to go to school. You got to
Right.
get the plans together. Your daddy and your mother are not saying, well, you too young for a baby. You just need to go in and give the baby away, or we'll take the baby, we'll adopt the baby. I'm like, really? Your father and your mother have
Right.
sacrificed for you. Your mother said, let the better parent be the better parent. Plain and simple. And getting herself together, she probably was overwhelmed as well. You found out that not only is she pregnant, she 8 months, 7 to 8 months pregnant.
Right.
Being so young, she could have been turned out to be a high risk pregnancy. Being that young or being older, having a baby. She don't know. So I wanted to know. What made her think that it was all right to have unprotected sex? When you're 16. Listen, when you're 16, I know your panties be on fire. My mama carried a little mini fire extinguisher like this with her. Every time I went out to do, let me hose you down right now. Okay, really do that. But the metaphor was enough for me to get the clear vision. Like, as soon as one of them guys said, "Okay, we gonna go and I want you to do stuff. You owe me." I'm like, "I owe you a thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for playing bye-bye." That's it. These young people, and what is so, it is still going on.
Yeah.
Same scenario. It's still going on. And, it's just crazy for teenagers, families. You come and tell your mama that maybe she didn't know what was going to happen, but obviously she didn't really know her parents that well, or did not trust them to come to tell them what the truth was. And see, that's a red flag for me, that you don't trust your parents enough to ask them, to tell them. And then you go off and you're going to have this pregnancy. Now you got a baby. So now what, you 16, 17 years old, what, you got a child? Babies are expensive. I saw this article the other day online, I heard it on the radio someplace, and it said the average child, if you're doing just the regular with a few extracurricular activities, it takes $225,000 to raise a child from 0 to 18.
Wow.
0 to 18. It should be 18, 19, 21. It should be 0 to 22, because they go into college. What they gonna do? Come out of college? No. So you got to pay attention to this kind of stuff. And they don't want. And people still think, young girls still think, and guys still tell young girl, "Oh, you ain't gonna get pregnant. Just trust me, you ain't gonna get pregnant." They say, "Hey, use a condom." "Oh, they don't feel right on me." Was this 18-year-old baby gonna feel right on you if you drop this on me? Okay.
Well,
And they never mention the baby's father. Never mention. That ought to let you know right there something is going on. See,
yeah.
these were two of them. I could have just, took them to the whoop shack. The girl, what's her name? Michelle, who dogged out her girlfriend Sharina,
Right.
cut up her wedding dress. Oh, what's her name?
Right. I think it was Michelle. Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, you cut up the wedding dress. Then this little girl come on, you owe me an apology. See, that's why I have to stand way over here from the guest to see. Being too close to that one, she lost your mind, helpful. And I wouldn't pop on the face. I'm popping up. Yeah, you gotta pop. Look, did you ever get that when you was growing up from
Yes, I
grandparents?
did. Yes.
They could thump you. Look, and when they could look at you, give you the side eye. So
Yeah.
now this is your daughter, Shaq. She's 16 years old. She didn't hear the baby from you and her mama. No matter what to do. What would you have said to this teenager when you finally find out she's pregnant in the hospital?
Oh my goodness.
See?
I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I mean, I would hope that I would teach my child enough that she wouldn't do something like that. But if she did, I mean, what choice do I have? You're still a minor. I still have to take care of you. So I can't kick you out.
Take care of your baby.
Yeah. Can't kick you out yet.
You ain't even out of high school. You're not even out of high school. Well, I hope these past 26 years have taught her. So she's saying, wait a minute, she be 40-something years old now. Oh, good Lord. Things can change. People can grow. I hope I hope her parents is safe and well. I hope her baby is safe and well, and her as well. Thank you so much. You're always looking out for us. You make sure you. And this time, I said I wasn't gonna do it. Look, I used up a couple tissues. I'm trying to mess up with the host and my emotional issues. Thank you so much, baby. We'll see you next week. Tell them where they can get to Mr. Shaq C.
All right, yep, at Shaq C on YouTube. You can watch all of these Forgive and Forget episodes.
Watch the whole thing. This has been awesome. And God willing and the creek don't rise, we'll see each other at 5 on this weekend coming up. Be safe. Know that we love you. Peace and blessings. And this one, no matter how big or tall, short or small, thick or thin, matters not what skin you're in, everybody needs some mother love. No,